Okay, this is for my Grand Grimoire crowd. How many of you are familiar with the character known as Lucifuge, the Lord of Pax, one of the governors of hell, the governors of what we could call the underworld? This is supposedly the figure that's behind contracts in the dark side of what we call the entertainment industry, where people sign their life over and give away their soul, sell their soul. They say that this is the supposed character in that contract. Now, when you study this character, Lucifuge Rofocal, certain insights about this particular demon will kind of expose how the entertainment industry could have possibly even used scripture to destroy its slaves. I'll give you an example of a parable of the good sower, where Jesus talks about their seed that needs to be planted in good ground, fertile soil, so that it can produce 30 to 60 to 100 fold, and how the seed that's scattered on the road gets swept away, plucked away by the birds, that representing Satan, the adversarial force. Then you got the seed that springs up on shallow rock or shallow soil, gets happy, immediately springs up, and then it is burnt out by the sun. And then you have the seed that's scattered among the weeds and thorns, and those grow up and choke it out with the cares and worries of this world. Now, if an entertainment personality is caught in one of these contracts where it all goes dark, and is really, if it's really true that they have to sell their soul, then these are the conditions that can be created. You can have a dark entity that's functioning as a good sower, but sowing bad seed. Put them in a situation where no adversarial nature can take the seed that these guys plant out of their heart. The dark seed, the evil seed, the seed of selling your soul, the seed of soul loss, soullessness, the seed of demonology and witchcraft, the dark side of it, the harmful side of it, the spell casting side of it. What if they can produce the kind of environment for an entertainer where it's a parable of a good sower sowing bad seed? So now they cut them off from the voices of their homeboys, their day ones, the ones that would have talked some sense into them and say, yo, you can't be acting like that. Why are you doing that? You never did that before. You losing your mind. You going crazy. What's going on with you? We need to get you some help. Adversarial nature. That bad seed won't be allowed on the road, so you may get cut off from your family. And then so that you can spring up and be happy as soon as you get the seed, you could be put in a situation where you get some trinkets, you get a couple of million, you get a couple of parties, you get you a mansion, you get you a couple of Ferraris or a Bugatti. You get these things to keep you happy. Still not producing good soil, but the seed has been planted in a way where now you get these trinkets and you're happy. Then they move the seed on, then they scatter more seed inside of this entertainment personality's heart. So the shallow rock is where the seed is reaching first. Then they scatter some more seeds into the area with the thorns. They start to cut back on the money a little bit, make them work much harder than what they're being paid. They find out the intricacies of the 360 deal that they may be caught up in. They find out that they're really making 11 cents a record. They find out that they got to do 1 million shows just to stay alive. They find out that now that they're in a contract with an album, they owe them 3 for every one. These kind of things have been set to happen by entertainment personalities. And then finally, the seed is sown in fertile soil. Now it's sown deeper to the heart, and this person is moved up. They're hanging out with billionaires now. There's nothing that can disturb them. They're almost immune from the law. They're getting, all kinds of stories can come out about them, but they may not face any real repercussions for these things. But they're working now as a form of a social engineer to probably guide society in the dark direction. Now, I found this out from just reading different things and then just channeling cliphotic energies that these demons and stuff, they'll sell you out because they know a lot of people that went to sell them their souls to these demons. Their souls were going already. They were just going to confirm the deal. They were going to just seal the deal that they had already given up, already thrown in the towel, already caught up in desperation, already had the love of money, which is the root of all evil. Money itself and liking money is not the root of all evil. Money has nothing to do with evil. If you love it, you're willing to do anything for it. That's what makes it evil. You could use an example like food. Some people are willing to do anything for food. So the love of food would be the root of all evil. The love of things is the root of all evil. That's the point. And so people can get caught up in these things and caught up in these different type of energies and contracts where you end up selling yourself. The closest that I can say to where I may have been almost like sold parts of my likeness is just working harder than I had to at a job, just putting my whole soul, just trying to chase that money. I got to make the bonus. I want to work 60, 70 hours a week. I'm killing myself because I want the money. I like the money. I like it so much that now it's taking time away from family, taking time away from friends. I'm grumpy. I'm a machine now. I'm really a worker and not a human. So I've done that for money to some degree, sold like pieces of my likeness and my energy and my life force on a thing that wasn't really designed to last, on something that was temporal, for the greenbacks, for the blue faces. Yeah, I did it too. I'm not a perfect human being. I'm pointing something out though that all of us as imperfect human beings could be subject to. So what am I saying in a nutshell? Always keep a guard over your soul. And when you hear those, if you hear those dark demonic voices, you don't have to obey them when you hear them. But the purpose of hearing them is so that you can decipher them. But you do need discernment, and you do need, I guess you should say, a divine foundation in terms of morally knowing right from wrong. If you're going into the perspective to not harm self nor others, you'll basically be straight. But don't, if you run into these things, again, this is for my other crowd, those who really believe in things like this, like spirits and whatnot. Remember, according to the scriptures, Christ descended into hell to preach to the spirits that were trapped in the flood in Noah's day. This is for those who believe the scriptures in this way and believe in a heaven and hell or underworld. This is what was said to happen. So don't be a follower of Jesus and think that you got to be scared of demons. It's the other way around. Demons are actually scared of you if you have the spirit of Christ in you. Demons they'll do your bidding if you understand certain Solomonic practices that go back to the grimoire in terms of how not to really go in trusting any particular spirit, but just listening to the information to see if it resonates with you and your particular path. So I just wanted to say that. I know this video was long, but I just wanted to protect people out here because I feel like there's certain deals coming now for the common man. And you and I, as the common people, just need to be aware and ready.